I'm Mitch Ciccarelli, and you're not. And I understand that it sucks for you, but on the positive side, you get to hear this voice every Sunday, and that, my friends, is the reason you get out of bed each morning. My co-host, Bryan Levick, can detail all of the different ways that a cheetah can make love to a leopard. Bryan, what's poppin', brother? How you doing?
Nothing, just listening to you run your mouth as usual. I bought one of those counters that umpires use, or the pitching coaches use.
Right.
Count, to keep track of how many pitches a pitcher's thrown. I'm going to keep track how many times you say absolutely and for sure and whatever else is it you repeat.
Well, real quick, I want to give some shout-outs before our first guest comes on here, just because I promised. Two individuals that I'd mentioned them here on the air. First one's Matt Denton. This guy is the craziest son of a bitch I've ever met. He wakes up in the morning and he takes a knife and stabs the pigeon that's chilling outside his doorstep, because that's just the kind of guy he is. But no, on a serious note, he's a cool guy. You can follow him on Twitter at Words from Prism. I believe he also has a podcast as well. If he wants to send me the link, I'll plug that later. And I also want to give a shout-out to one of my best friends back in high school, Dylan Short. He's actually getting married pretty soon, which is crazy. I remember 5 years ago being in freaking ninth grade with this guy. Next thing you know, he's getting married. It's crazy. But he's a huge MMA fan. So, I definitely wanted to give him a shout-out. And you can get him on Facebook. I don't know if he's on Twitter, but Dylan Short, he's on my page there. But
I don't think anybody's really worried. I really don't think anybody's. I don't think anybody's worried about following your friend from high school on Twitter. Nothing against Dylan Short, but I don't think MMA fans are really going to go bouncing on his page and be like, "Oh shit, that's Mitch's friend. Let me follow him."
Yeah, what are you talking about? Of course they will. Everyone wants to chill with my boys, but. Well, I want to go ahead and reply real quick to a tweet from Miss TapouT, Jennifer Swift. She said, "Be good to my girl Mitch, or I'll hurt you after she kicks your ass." Well, Jennifer, let's go. It's go time. Anytime you want, I'm ready right now. I got a pool of green Jello. I got some hot fudge, some Cool Whip. We can it's on. Let's just get this thing started. Rumble in the jungle.
Anytime,
any place.
Green Jello.
Say what?
Hot fudge does not go with green Jello.
Man, anything goes with green Jello. What are you talking about? Talking that nonsense over here. Everything goes with green Jello. You can put peanut butter on green Jello. It makes it better.
No, it's disgusting.
She just replied to me. She just replied to me with all these, implying that she's bored. We know she's loving this. We know she's loving this right now. Every second of it. She is.
What the hell is this? Get on. If any of your superiors will listen, you might get drug tested.
Sitting here, but if she is, I just want to say, hey, this girl's awesome. You got to follow her. If you're not following her already, there's something wrong with you guys. Her Twitter name is it's at Jennifer_Swift, and you can go ahead and give her a follow there. But she's doing a lot of big things, she's coming up doing this thing with a reality show she just announced today. I don't know all the details with it, but she also did something with, what was the name of that movie? It was Chuck Liddell was in it. There's another guy that they filmed recently. She was a part of it. So, and she's, one of the best-looking ring girls ever. I mean, she just tweeted me here, said she's hotter than Brittany Palmer. And you know what? I'd have to agree, even though I said Brittany Palmer. I'm actually just trying to cover my ass right now. But I'm already in the doghouse, man. I'm already in the doghouse. I should just stop. I should. Why are you letting me talk, Bryan? Why do you keep letting me go? He's just sitting back, chilling, letting me.
I actually put the phone underneath my pillow for a few minutes. I was hoping you'd be done.
I'm never done, man. I go to sleep and I'm talking. I wake up and I'm talking. I'm just nonstop. It never ends. Well, I almost just slipped and fell and cracked my head. I'm house watching this weekend. I think I told you, with these three big dogs, and they were barking to go out. And so, I picked up the laptop. I didn't want to cut you off and just walk away. So pick up the laptop, I go out there, open the door, and there's some kid outside over by the fence. Like, hey, can you give me my ball? And I was like, oh shit. So I'm trying to do the show at the same time without making anybody notice, but I almost just slipped and fell. So figured I'd mention that one there. But we got Brolik Stokes here on Twitter, who's also comes from a Marine background as well. She's also a up-and-coming amateur MMA fighter, and she also plays for a female football league. I think she's trying to listen to the show here, but she says she hit the link and can't hear anything. That's the thing, too. Real quick, I want to give another shout-out here. She's finally able to listen to the show. The link's working for her now. Brolik Stokes. You can follow her on Twitter at BROLIK128. And like I said, she's in the Marines. She's up-and-coming amateur MMA fighter, and she's also a football player, too. So she's just a badass in all realms. So you definitely need to check her out, and one day we'll have her on the show here.
Talk for a minute. Let me get this done.
All right, I'm good at that. I'm definitely good at just rambling and ranting and raving. You know, while I got the time, let me give some more Twitter shout-outs. And I don't know if Jennifer Swift is still listening, but I just want to say again, anytime, any place, we'll get that mud wrestling competition going. But no, she's a really cool chick. She's also a pro elite ring girl. We were just talking about Rich Chow. She's also a ring girl for pro elite, and I gotta say they're best ring girl. I mean, they got a lot of good looking ring girls, but she's the top one, I gotta say. So, like I said, if you're not following her, there's something wrong with you, and if you don't follow her in the next 5 seconds, you're gonna lose your man card for life. For life. Also want to give a shout out to Luke Cummo. Actually, I was surprised. I put the link up on Facebook of the promoting today's show, and Luke Cummo actually liked it. And I've never really spoken to Luke before. Like, I'm just a Facebook friend with him. He's a Long Island guy, of course. Bryan and I are both from Long Island. He's still living there. But Luke hasn't fought since his last loss to Tandon McGrory back in 2008. I think about 4 years ago. I think he retired. It's safe to say he's retired since then. He seems to be doing well. I think he's got a restaurant or something like that. But I've always been a fan of Luke Cummo's style, and I remember watching him on The Ultimate Fighter too, and just being like, damn, this guy. Like, how can you not root for this geeky looking guy that's just kicking everybody's ass?
Tandon McCrory's nickname was the Barn Cat.
The Barn Cat, that's right.
Yeah. And Luke Cummo's the guy that ate all that weird crap. He did some really weird diet. I don't remember what the hell it was. I think he even went and got an enema or something like that too. He's a strange character.
He's weird. Well, I don't know if you remember the episode after he won his first fight or his last fight, and then he starts going on this crazy junk food binge where he's eating 6 ice cream sandwiches at a time and all this crap after he cleansed his system with just organic food, getting ready for this fight. And he's like, oh, this is what I do. This is my ritual. I eat really healthy, and then all of a sudden I'll just have one day where I just eat like shit. I was dying, man. But I guess
we actually got to give Forrest Griffin a shout out today. It's his birthday, 33 years old today.
Right. Well, happy birthday, Forrest.